unlimited monthly or pay per lesson. The retainer math every online tutor should run. Two pricing models, two very different cash flow realities. Here's how to pick the one that actually pays your bills. Every online tutor eventually hits the same fork in the road. Charge per session, or wrap everything into a flat monthly retainer. It feels like a branding decision. Casual hourly helper versus premium subscription coach. But it's actually a cash flow decision, and most tutors never run the numbers before picking a side. The wrong choice doesn't just cap your income, it makes your income unpredictable, which is the thing that actually burns tutors out. Below is the math you should run before you set a single price, plus how to build either model on a storefront without duct taping together a calendar app, an invoice tool, and a payment link. The two models, in plain terms. Pay per session is simple to explain. A client books a slot, pays for that slot, shows up, or doesn't, and books again if they want more. Nothing is owed, nothing is promised. A retainer flips that. The client pays one flat amount every month, say 4 sessions included, whether they use all 4, 2, or 0. You're not selling hours anymore, you're selling a standing relationship. That distinction matters more than it sounds like, because it changes who bears the risk of a cancelled Tuesday afternoon, where pay per session quietly loses money. Per session pricing feels fair on paper. You get paid for exactly what you deliver, but it exposes you to 3 leaks that rarely show up until you actually track them for a month. First, no-shows. A client who books a $45 slot and doesn't show costs you that hour of held calendar space with 0 payment, unless you're disciplined about requiring payment at booking rather than after the lesson. Second, cancellation churn. Students cancel more casually when there's no ongoing commitment, so your effective booked hours per week bounces around in a way that makes income genuinely hard to forecast 2 weeks out. Third, and most underrated, is the sales tax you pay in attention. Every session is a fresh buying decision, which means you're reselling the same client over and over instead of banking a recurring yes. The no-show tax. If even 15% of booked per session slots are no-shows or late cancels, a tutor charging $45 a session and averaging 20 bookings a week is quietly losing roughly $135 a week, about $7,000 a year, to empty calendar time nobody paid for, where the retainer quietly loses money instead. Retainers solve the no-show problem. You get paid whether the session happens or not, but they introduce a different risk: usage creep. If you price a retainer assuming the average client uses 3 of their 4 included sessions, and your most vocal, most engaged clients start using all 4 every single month, while quieter ones use 1, your actual delivered hours per dollar can drift upward without your price moving at all. The fix isn't guesswork, it's capping the plan. Up to 4 sessions per month. Unused sessions don't roll over. And pricing to the realistic average usage, not the best case you're hoping for. The capacity ceiling nobody talks about. Whichever model you pick, you're still one person with a finite number of hours. If you can realistically teach 20 sessions a week at $45 each, your revenue ceiling is $900 a week, no matter how good your marketing is. The only way past it is raising your rate, filling more of your calendar, or building leverage into your pricing so a single client is worth more than 1 hour of your time. This is exactly why a lot of tutors eventually stack a retainer with a group cohort or a recorded course sold as a digital download alongside one slots. It's the same expertise, sold at a different point on the leverage curve, without adding more live hours. Modeling both on your storefront. This is where most tutors get stuck, not on the pricing decision itself, but on the mechanics of actually billing it. A retainer needs recurring billing that renews automatically and grants ongoing access. A per-session model needs a simple one-time checkout tied to a specific booking. Trying to run both through a generic invoicing tool or a patchwork of payment links is where tutors lose hours every week to admin instead of teaching. On store.fan, you set these up as two different product types on the same storefront. A membership product for the retainer, recurring monthly charge, automatic renewal, instant access confirmation, and a standard one-time product for single sessions. Client pays, gets instant confirmation. You both see it land in your customer list. Connect Stripe once and both flows. The recurring charge and the one-off booking settle straight into your own account. There's no separate wallet to manage or withdraw from. Decide your realistic weekly capacity in hours and price backward from the income you actually need. Write a real cancellation policy, 24-hour notice for example, and put it on the product page, not just in a DM. For per session, require payment at booking, not after the lesson, to kill the no-show leak. For retainers, cap included sessions per month, and state clearly that unused sessions don't roll over. Track actual delivered hours per retainer client for 1 full month before you assume your pricing math is right. Set up a discount code for annual or 3-month retainer commitments to reward longer-term clients. When each model actually wins. Pay per session is the right call for brand new clients, one-off exam prep, or subjects where demand spikes seasonally, midterms, SATs, a specific project deadline. Nobody wants to commit to a monthly plan for a problem that resolves in 3 weeks. Retainers win once a relationship has proven out. The client has already bought 3-4 individual sessions, shown up reliably, and is clearly in it for the semester, not the week. That's the moment to pitch the retainer, not before. Asking a stranger to commit to 200 a month sight unseen converts far worse than asking a proven client who's already gotten value. Don't sell the retainer to strangers. Sell it to people who already said yes once. If you want to see this laid out live rather than in the abstract, a live example store shows how a creator mixes recurring and one-time products on a single page without it looking like 2 different businesses bolted together. A simple way to decide. Track your no-show and late cancel rate for 2 weeks under your current pricing. This number alone tells you how much a retainer would save you. Calculate your true average sessions per client per month across your last 10 clients, not your best client. Price the retainer at that real average, plus a small margin, not at the maximum session count. Offer both models side by side for 1 full month and watch which one clients actually pick when given the choice. Revisit the math every quarter. Usage patterns shift as your student mix shifts. None of this matters if the checkout itself is clunky. A confusing booking flow loses more revenue than a slightly off price point ever will. That's the real argument for getting the plumbing right before you obsess over the exact number. Create your store, list both a retainer membership and a single session product, and let real client behavior tell you which one to lean into. Whichever model you land on, check the pricing page for plan details, and if you get stuck mid-setup, contact support. Getting the billing mechanics right on day 1 is what makes the rest of this math actually hold up. Key takeaways. Per session pricing looks safer, but bleeds income through no-shows and last-minute cancellations that a retainer absorbs automatically. A retainer trades per hour ceiling for predictable revenue, but only if you cap included sessions and enforce a real cancellation window. Your real hourly rate under a retainer depends entirely on how many sessions a client actually uses. Model the average, not the maximum. Capacity is the hidden constraint in both models. A full calendar of $40 sessions still has a hard revenue ceiling. You can run both models from one storefront. Recurring memberships for retainers, single session products for pay-per-lesson. Start your creator store free at store.fan.